Thanks, Diane. Well, the United Nations estimates 1 million people have now been displaced across the Gaza Strip. Fuel reserves at hospitals there are expected to run out within 24 hours. And if the backup generators shut down, it would put thousands of patients' lives at serious risk. For more now on the crisis in Gaza, as civilians are rushing to leave, we want to take you to former legal advisor to the political party Palestinian Liberation Organization, Diana Boutou. She joins me now. Diana, thank you for speaking with us. You were presumably speaking to people inside Gaza. Give us an idea of what you're hearing.
It's very difficult to reach anybody in Gaza, but my friends who are there are telling me how they are rationing water. They have very little water left, no electricity, no fuel, of course, no running water and no food. And they're in the point now where they're very desperate, that they're afraid that they're going to be the next who are being bombed. Friends are telling me that they are fleeing to the south. When they flee to the south gets bombed, and then they're coming back. So it's a very dire situation for people who are living in Gaza who are afraid that this is going to be the last time that I ever speak to them.
Now, you're a former Palestinian peace talk advisor. You understand the politics of all this. How are Palestinian politicians outside of Gaza, Fatah, other parties, how are they positioned in order to speak on behalf of Gazans? Because we talk about this big divide between different parts of the Palestinian population. How are they, people like Mahmoud Abbas and others, how are they positioned to speak on behalf of Gazans who are caught up in the middle of all this?
Look, I think it's important to distinguish between the political leadership and Palestinian people. The people all around, every Palestinian, including the political leadership, wants to see this bombing campaign ended. You know, just so that people understand what we're talking about a space that is roughly the size of Detroit, with 4 times the population of Detroit, in which there have been bombs that have been dropped, more bombs dropped in Gaza than the U.S. dropped on Afghanistan, more Palestinian kids killed than were killed in Ukraine in a year and a half. And so all Palestinians are united in wanting to see this end. Now, if you ask people in Gaza, does this president speak on their behalf? I leave it for them to respond. I think that the leadership has not done an effective job at making sure that the world understands exactly what it is that we're talking about. And what we're looking at now is we are talking about people who've expressed their intentions to wipe Palestinians off the face of the earth. And this is where it's so vital that we have a unified political voice that is standing up and demanding from the United States and demanding from the rest of the world an end to this bombing campaign.
You've said that the Hamas attack in Israel is a natural consequence of military occupation. But is the natural consequence of the occupation what we saw on Saturday, a horrific terror attack against innocent people?
This is the problem, is that history did not begin on October the 7th. And for people who really want to see this end, as I do, as I genuinely do, it's important to understand that this is the result of 56 years of the denial of freedom. The fact that people have been put in an open air cage for all of these years. And the fact that these people, you know, you're talking about the Gaza Strip, 80% of them are refugees and 50% of them are children. It's impossible to decouple the political situation. And this is why it's so important for people to address this politically rather than militarily. And so far, the only response that I've seen has been a military response. I don't see that Israel has a next plan. I don't see that the Biden administration has a next plan. Instead, they're just talking about killing and killing and killing without there being a real vision for the future. And the vision is that we need to end this military occupation. People cannot continue to be living in a situation in which they're denied their freedom.
Diana Boutou, grateful for your time and your perspective.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.